What's cracking, mi gente? This your boy D once again, coming by to drop a little bit of love and some knowledge. What's good, mi gente? First and foremost, before we get into this little topic, you guys, as you guys can see in the thumbnail, I just want to step by and say I apologize for not uploading the video. I had a little situation that needed my attention, that required me to be there. It didn't give me enough time to upload and edit the videos. I will be doing so right after the Thanksgiving. But before I do that, I thought I could light up the moon a little bit. Just post this video for you guys. As you guys can see in the thumbnail, the uña. So let's. First of all, before I get into it, Spencer to everybody, I want to say thank you to everybody that stopped by in the live. As I told you guys, it was my first time doing it. I really enjoy interacting with you guys. I really enjoy you guys' questions, answering. I really have fun and I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I thank all of you guys that tapped in, checked in, and all of that. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. Like I said before, this channel is for you guys, so you guys can interact with me and I can interact with you. We creating this channel. Let's build it together as gente, as people. It doesn't matter the race, doesn't matter the color, but as our own. This is gonna be a channel. It's gonna be our own, basically. You guys and me interacting with each other. So I appreciate you guys for tapping in into the live. I appreciate you guys for always leaving a comment. I thank you guys for the support, for the love you guys have shown me from the bottom of my heart. I'm really grateful to you guys. So now, with that being said, let's get into this topic. Before that, leave a comment, subscribe, hit the like button. As you always know, don't take nothing but a second. So let's get it. Thanksgiving, holidays, especially Christmas around these times, like the end of the year. Also, birthdays are considered holidays or whatnot, but there's a day that we take sometimes, just like whatever. But when it comes to holidays, it can become a little bit emotional. It can become a little bit of sensitive to a lot of people. So, as you guys know, I did almost 15 years incarcerated. So I spent about 15 exactly Christmas, because when I got busted, it was at the end of the year. So I spent a long time. I spent 15 Christmas, 15 New Year's, and Thanksgiving inside of those cells. And sometimes we take for granted what we had up here on the streets. And that's the reason why I want to stop by and drop this video, you know. You guys out there, that whoever you guys are, you might be mad at your brother, you might be mad at your sister, your nephew, your cousin, your mom, your dad, whoever you're mad at. Be grateful that you have him in your life. Be grateful that you still can count with them, on them. Grateful that you can still pick up the phone and call them even though you might be pissed off at them. Just be grateful you guys can do that. Some of us, unfortunately, wasn't that fortunate enough for us to do that when we were in prison, especially on these holidays, because prison worked a different way than the street. When the holidays came about, everybody in prison knew it was going to be a short program. It was going to be a short day, because the police officers or the COs there, excuse basically was, we're understaffed. We don't have enough staff, because sometimes they go out, and it might be true, some of the staff went out to have dinner with their family and whatnot, so they couldn't let everybody out to do their day room and whatnot, because they didn't have enough people to cover their posts, which affected our program. So if you didn't have a clap, you didn't have a cell phone, a horn, a cuerno, whatever you want to call it at that time, you were basically messed up. You were done. That's it. There was no way you could call your family and be like, oh, happy Thanksgiving, happy New Year, I hope you guys are doing well, I love you guys. There was nothing. You were asked out. If you didn't get a chance to do it when you had your day room, when you had your time on the phone, which was hard because you only had a certain amount of time sometimes when we come out, that was it. You were done. So that's why I'm making this. So you guys have the chance to pick up the phone and call somebody, even if you're mad at them. Don't be too mad, because the anger will never go well. Let's say, for example, in knock on wood, something never happened to your loved ones, and I'm just putting this as an example, so don't take my head off for saying this, but this is an example. Let's say you're mad at your sister, brother, mom, dad, whatever. You guys got into it a few months ago, and you guys are not speaking, or you guys are not talking really well, and something happens either to you or to your loved one. and it's around the holidays, and let's say you're driving, you got into it with them early enough, or it's Thanksgiving. Since we talk about Thanksgiving, let's make it about Thanksgiving. You got into with them a day before, or around early in the morning. You got into with them for whatever reason, whatever the situation might have been. You had an argument, you had a fight. Now you're pissed off at that person. You get in your car and you start driving, and you're mad, and you contemplating you the world getting basically on that situation, and you have an accident, or your loved one has an accident, and they call you and tell you, hey, you know, this transpired, this happened, and all the weight of that comes crashing down on you, and you feel like shit because you don't know if you're gonna have that chance again to say, you know what, I love you, I'm sorry, I messed up, I was wrong. You don't know if you're gonna have the opportunity to express how you feel to that person. So take advantage now that you guys have that. You don't have to call somebody and tell them you love them because it's a holiday or because it's a Thanksgiving. You're grateful to have them in your life. Just do it once in a while, often. Call and check in with them, saying how you guys doing, how you guys been, you guys need anything. It doesn't matter. It shouldn't take us holidays or birthdays to tell somebody we love them, we miss them, or how we feel about them. Us men have that problem that we don't express ourselves often, and because we believe on this so-called um Buddha, the men are not supposed to tell people how we feel. We're not supposed to cry. We're supposed to be machos, tough. Man, F all that, man. You guys gotta live all that to the streets, to the side. You gotta just sit down and think and analyze what's really going on. How grateful you are to have that person next to you, whether it's your wife, your girlfriend, your baby mama, your kids, your family member, your mother, your father. It doesn't matter who it is. You got to be thankful that you have that person either next to you or around you to the point where you can conversate with them and talk to them and tell them how you feel. See, for me, Thanksgiving was a little bit hard because most of my family are Christian, so they don't celebrate these holidays like that, right? But not just that, but it was also because when I got busted was around that time. So I couldn't call them that often because when I went to prison, I hit nothing but level 4 yards. And I'm not saying this because I think myself I'm a big bad cholo, I'm a big badass gang member. No, I'm speaking the truth. I hit nothing but level 4s, and my first prison was Pelican Bay. I will be making a video about that. But at that time in Pelican Bay, any little incident that happened or anything that can transpire there, we were on lockdown. That's it. Program is over. And over there, if you were not A1A, A1A means if you have a job, if you were going to school, you were allowed to make phone calls every day whenever it was your section time. But if you were A2 bum or A2B, I say bum because that's what a lot of people call it. You know, the people that have been in prison will get that joke. But if you were A2B, you only get one call a month. So let's say you make your call before Thanksgiving. You were asked out. Sometimes there will be some tower cops that will let you get in there because it was a holiday. But if not, if you made it because you needed money in your books or you needed to do something and you called to use that phone call for whatever purpose or reason, then you were asked out. You weren't gonna have the chance to call your loved ones on the holiday and tell them thank you or whenever, you know. And we tend to do this a lot as prisoners. We tend to call our family and asking for things, sending me this money, send me this package, without actually sitting back for just a little bit of minute, a couple minutes, and sit back and think about what are they going through. Do they have the money to give it to me? Do they have the money or the means to get this together? What I'm asking them. Some of us are selfish. We only think about our needs. We only think what we want, what we need. We don't never stop to think about maybe your loved ones are not doing great. Maybe the job wise is not being well enough. It's not paying the bills. They have other things to do. They have a life. Sometimes we tend to forget that they also have a life out here, bills or whatever. And we just tend to ask, hey, send me this. Hey, do this for me. Hey, bust this three-way for me. And sometimes we forget the people around us is our loved ones, and we use them. We abuse them sometimes because we got that criminal mentality that's all about us. Thanksgivings, when it comes to Thanksgiving in prison, they do this. They give you a breakfast, a regular breakfast, whatever's in the menu. They give you your sack lunch. Some prisons give you your dinner on your lunchtime. Well, at least counties do that. But in prison, I've seen that a lot, that they wait for the end, and then when it's dinner time, they give you what you're looking at now in pictures: a tray with some ham, with some jams, with some what they call stuffing, a little piece of the turkeys. The regular turkeys, they're white turkey, and then they give you a piece of ham. They've been there sitting there for probably days. They give you mashed potato with what they call gravy, and they give you a piece of either pie or a little cup of ice cream or a little piece of a cupcake, whatever they do, whatever person. Some person bury it, but they never bury it from those facts. A piece of white ham, the jams, the stuffing, the mashed potatoes with the gravy, and the peas and all those stuff. Like pictures that you guys seeing on the screen now are some different prisons or some kind of jails do give you something good, but at the end of the day, it's not good enough, because you could have spent it with your family if you were to take a couple seconds, a couple minutes to think before you react to whatever action put us ourselves in that predicament. We have to be in prison. To me, sometimes now that I reflect on it, I think about these things a lot, because I go through it. Like if I'm going through and I have these bills to pay and I have this amount of money to collect for this amount of weeks or this amount of month, I need to collect this amount of money to pay everything on the month so I don't get delayed. And then I get a call from one of my boys and be like, hey, can you do me a paro? I don't have nothing. I need to go to the store, and I drop $100, $50, whatever you contribute, your family contributes towards your canteen. What gives that you're not spending it with the dope man? Because 9 times out of 10 on holiday, if you're in prison and you use or you used to use, that's what your mind is going. I need a 50 paper. I need a 50 ball of crystal. I need a couple sticks of weed. I need a cigarette just to feel me like I'm free. Or I need to buy myself a couple linings to get drunk so I can forget about it. So we're thinking about this stuff, and we decide to call out people and be like, hey, can you shoot me $100? Can you shoot me $50? Never do we stop to think about, do they have it? Can they contribute? Sometimes, and I had the experience with Cellies, and I did that myself. And I will use myself as an example and some Cellies that I have. When I used to call sometimes my girl, I didn't, it was like, hey, how you doing? What's up, baby? What you doing? But that would be sometimes rare. Before, when I was doing drugs in jail, or when I was politicking, I forgot about how you doing, babe. How was your day? Are you good? Are you stressing? None of that. It was like, hey, what's up? What's cracking? What you doing? Hey, you busy right now? Hey, do me a favor. I need you to call this number. Do this for me. Do that. I need you to move this. I need you to write this down. La la la. And I forgot that person actually probably was going through something that day. Probably I never stopped to ask her, hey, how was your day? Was your day good? Did you get enough time to eat your lunch? Did you sit down and talk to your mother? How's your family doing? Nah. Probably sometimes we only get like 15 minutes. You know, in prison, when the homies slide you the phone and be like, hey, you got an hour. You trying to get everything done in that 1 hour because you know you might not have the chance. So you tell her, hey, jump in the car. Go get me a green dot. Go get me a paper. Go get me whatever they using at that time. And you send a kite to the dope man as soon as you in the phone with your girl, like, hey, get some of this ready for me. We finna party, Sally. We finna get it. I have Sally's, and I say this with all regret on my heart, because maybe I never went to this stream as one of my Sally's ever did, but I contribute to those factors. I contribute to those asshole likes behaviors, criminal behaviors that I have. I had a Sally. They used to call his mom sometimes and be like, hey, you know what? Go get me this $100. I need it right now. Me on my work. I don't give a damn, la la la. He would get mad at her because she couldn't do it right away. Said my sister, she not doing nothing. She's over there with her good enough what or whatever situation would be. It got to the point where he used to curse his mom out, call her the B word, call her dumb, call her old, nag, call her some horrible names. And I used to hear that. Sometimes I would try to put my earbuds and to try to block out the noise, but it was hard not to because he would be yelling. He would be actually screaming at his mother, telling her what he needs, and all the money he will get will go to the dope man. And sometimes I would hear his mom like, "Mijo, I don't have enough because I got this. I don't care. Tell your vato to help you. That's why you got that dude there, you know. Or tell your family to help you." And I used to sit there and ask myself, like, damn, how can this fool treat his mom like that? Thanks God, I'm not perfect. I'm not trying to put myself on a high stool, hype myself up. Not once that I ever spoke to my mama. And people that are Latinos and people that grew up with old school Latino parents, especially Salvadorians and Mexicans and a lot of Central Americans that know about the chancla, the slipper, they know we couldn't talk to our mamas like that because they used to bust our mouths, homie. They used to make us bleed, especially that chancla, that flying chancla, homie. You guys know about that flying chancla. There was no joke. You could run all you want, but that flying chancla will still catch you. But I used to think about those things, man. I still do because now I sit back and look at it how sometimes when I first came home, I used to try to, struggle to get things done because I didn't have the means to get from point A to point B. I was barely coming home. I didn't have a car. I needed to always keep buying people to let me get a ride or let me borrow the car. And some people really do it just because to get out of that compromise, but they really don't want to do it. And that's the messed up part. So, holidays for a lot of prisoners, especially Thanksgiving, it wasn't fun for the families. And I can tell you this because I was part of that. Not fun for the family. I used to call them and be like, "Hey, what's up? What you doing?" It was just another day for me. And when they would mention, "Oh, what you guys ate there?" I'm like, "Man, we didn't get what you guys ate. Whatever you guys made, pan con pollo, tamales or pozole, whatever our family decided to make there. Even if they made the real turkey, we didn't get a chance to." So we used to be not mad about that, but I guess in some sense, without knowing, our subconscious used to hold a grudge that we couldn't enjoy what they were doing. So when they start speaking about, "Oh, we're gonna go do this, we're gonna go eat this," I would sometimes cut them off because I didn't want to hear what they were gonna do, what they were gonna enjoy. That's how selfish I was, and I do regret that. And when I came home, I tried my best to apologize and to do things better, not by just speaking and say I'm sorry, but by actions because I regret doing those things. That criminal state of mind that we have when we incarcerated sometimes let us forget that our family are humans, that they do have feelings, they do have sentimental things. And sometimes we use it and abuse it because we see other people do it, or because we get so tuned in or a criminal element that we forget they are our loved ones, and we just trying to use them because we see them just as another on or another factor to get what we want, just another in the chessboard to get where we going. And that's not right, my guys. That's not right at all. I used to do that, and that's why I speak for it. So if you got the chance, sit down and be grateful to whatever you're grateful for, not just on Thanksgiving, but just on any given day. You don't have to wait for your mom's birthday to get her a bucket of rose, to get her a little gift, or for Mother's Day to tell her that you love her, that you miss her, or for the holidays to be, "I'm thankful because my mama raised me this way," or "I'm thankful for my dad give everything that I don't suffer," or because of my sister, she always had my back, because my brothers always been my dog. You guys don't have to wait for none of this stuff. Or you guys don't have to wait to go to jail and experience this stuff. Don't let this happen to you. Youngsters, my young generation out there, listen to what I'm telling you. Believe me when I tell you this. Thanksgiving turkey in prison is not the turkey that you enjoying with your family right now. If you think you're finna go in prison and have a big little pollito or a little turkey there, a little small bird, you're mistaken, my guy. You'll be lucky if they have that. You'll be lucky if you're spending it in the mainland with the homies, because most of the homies are in the shoe in the back and they're making a spread just to try to make it seem normal for that day as a Thanksgiving. And you passing things out throughout the tier, you gotta fish that thing out of the tier and slide it all the way on the ground to the next man, whether it's a burrito or a taco, which is a regular spread. You gotta keep in mind, yeah, they sweep the tiers and they mop the tiers and everything, but that's gonna slide all the way through. And if it gets a little bit of hole, your food's already contaminated. Is that what you really guys want to be eating out of sopa maruchanes with a cup of just busting down the sopa maruchan with some chips, pork crackers, and a little frijolitos con arroz, a little this, a little bit of that, sausage with some pickle mayo, whatever you eat. Is that what you really want to be doing on Christmas, on Thanksgiving, my guys? I don't think so, man. You want to wait in line for the next man to get off the phone so you can call your hyena or your kids and be like, hey, babe, happy Thanksgiving, hey, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Año Nuevo, whatever the occasion might be, or happy birthday. You want to be calling your kids from jail and be like, Mija can spend the days with you because Papa made a mistake. Nah, man, that's not what you guys want to be doing. Think about it for a second, my guys. And I speak to you guys because from experience, I done this. I've been through that. I wish I could have called my mom on her birthday so many times. I wish I could have called my hyena so many times. And sometimes we get mad because the hyenas leave us and they go look for something. You can't be mad at her for doing something you're not providing or doing. You guys got to keep in mind, just like us, they also have a need. Just like us, they also have the right to live their life. We can expect them to wait 15, 20 years. So hyenas doing, I tip my hat off to them. But they often get tired of the mistreatment, of the punishment, the gruesome verbal abuse that we put them through sometimes, or the thing we make them do or ask them to do. So before you make a decision that can put you in prison for 15, 20 years or for a life sentence or for just a year that you won't be with your family to provide for them, think about what you have that you will be giving up. Thinking about what you had that you will be missing out. Your kids' birthdays, your folks' birthdays, yourself. Think about what you have that you might lose because you decide to pick up the gun or that strap and go up there and be a fool. Think about that. Thanksgiving for a lot of people that are not there are sentimental and they carry a little sad feeling because we can hug our loved ones, we can kiss our loved ones, we can call them and tell them how we feel. Believe me, you guys don't want to do that. You guys don't want to go through that. I did it. I've been there, done that. And I can honestly say I enjoy every single minute of every single day that I'm home. And I can appreciate, even if I'm mad at whatever I'm mad, I still call them and text them like, hey, how you doing? How's your day going? Because I never know if the next minute or so I will make it to, or if the next hour or so I will make it to the next hour. So I had decided to live my life often minute by minute because I know it's better to live it that way than being hiding or being on a run or always looking over my shoulders for the next punch or bullet that might hit me. So I tell you guys, enjoy what you have, love what you have. Don't be a dumbass, and I'm sorry to guys say that, but don't let yourself be led to down a black road or dark tunnel by somebody that doesn't care about you. Look around you. The people that cares about you will tell you you're doing something wrong. The people surrounding you that tell you, hey, you're wrong, that's the people that love you and care about you. If you have a loved one that you're mad at, if you have a friend that you haven't talked to in a long time and you don't know how they're doing, pick up the phone, call them and ask them how they're doing. Even for this Thanksgiving, let's be grateful that we're living another day and we're making it to our next year. Let's be grateful that we're having another chance to see the light of day. Let's be grateful that we're going to spend it with our loved ones or whoever you decide to spend it with, friends, family, people, acquaintances. Basically, enjoy what you have and enjoy tomorrow. Thanksgiving is not. You gotta be thankful for everything you have every single day. I'm thankful, and I will tell you guys this before I go. I am thankful to God for allowing me to come home and giving me a second chance at life and allowing me to come home to my family and having me spend these months and these years that I have done to spend with them. I enjoy it to the fullest every single day. And I'm thankful that I opened my eyes to the truth, to the facts. The game banging life, the being so-called cholo and gangster is not what I want to keep doing. That's just me. I'm thankful for my mother to have my back, and she prayed for me every single day, and her prayers were answered when I came home. I'm thankful for the girl that waited and had my back, even though when I was an asshole. I'm grateful for her. I'm grateful for my family, for my brothers that always continue to support me and help me financially. I'm thankful to you guys, especially to you guys, for allowing me and opening you guys' home to me and allowing me to come into your life and spread this gospel that I'm preaching, these words that I'm telling you. I'm grateful to you guys. I'm thankful to you guys for allowing me to lighten your day with whatever little knowledge and love that I can give you guys. I thank you guys. I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. So let's get it, man. Let's not be mad at each other, at your loved ones. Leave that to the side and just at least for tomorrow, call your folks. Let them know that you miss them. Let them know that you love them. And tell them how you really feel. It doesn't matter who you're mad at. I bet you they'll be glad to hear from you. So with this being said, man, I thank you guys. I got a lot of love for you guys. So let's keep getting it. Keep hitting that subscribe button. Keep hitting the like button. Keep leaving your comments. I promise I will keep answering you guys. I'll be live tomorrow so we can spend a little bit of time with each other, and then I will let you guys go back to enjoy your family. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. I'm out.